everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'd like to talk about a pretty interesting thing today. The concept of a legend. So, me, myself, and I know several of my friends, I know several people, usually refer to people of high status as a legend. Now, that's not entirely correct. The Merriam-Webster's definition of what a legend is a story that's passed down through time. It's passed down, and although it's believed to be true, there's no way to confirm whether it is or is not actually a true event that has taken place. And the other day I was on Snapchat, somebody gave me a compliment and said that I was a legend. And to which I said, no, I'm just mortal flesh and blood. To which, that is true. See, to me a legend's not a legend. In the sense of a person. A legend is the journey, not the journeyer, if that would make more sense to say. Give me 1 second. So that being said, as much as I do use the word myself, I don't think legend should be used to refer to anybody. For example, when it comes down to like Jason and the Argonauts in the Greek time, it's not Jason himself who's the legend, it's a story. The end result is the Golden Fleece. There's more stories than that, but you get the point. A legend's not somebody per se, it is the journey that actually goes undertaking. And I wouldn't even call the end result the whole legend. It's just necessarily the journey and the path or the story itself. And in a lot of ways, there's more than just that. And I'd argue that, old religions, not any of the ones that are currently being worshipped, but older religions like the Viking religion, or the Egyptian religion, or the Greek religion. Those are two religions that now has, in my opinion, moved from what was commonly known as reality back then, is now more on legends and myths that are told nowadays to entertain each other. So in a weird way, a legend is exactly that. It's a story that's able to captivate people for years to come, even after the people that have created the story and after the language that the story was originally created in has moved on and passed on into, well, it passed on to the ether, for lack of better word for that, but you know what I mean? I don't want to say that it's gone, because we still remember the Mayan people, we still remember the Egyptian people, we still remember the Greek people, we still remember the Viking people, and we do everything we can with archaeology and people in school studying stuff to understand the most that we can about these things, you know what I mean? So would I call a legend a person? No. The story is the legend. The truths you uncover along the way while trying to figure out whether the story is real or not, that's the legend. It's not necessarily the people involved in the story. See, that's the thing. Back in the day, people understood that, and that would have never had to have been something said to somebody else. But I find it's a problem in today's world where everybody has become so... I don't really like to say it, but everybody's become so egotistical in their own heads that, oh, I'm the special one, oh, I'm the special one. And yes, every different person is special. Every different person is different. Every different person has their own likes and wants and goals. But, that being said, to think the world revolves around you is, well, it's stupid. The world does not revolve around us. We live on the world that's revolving around the sun in the universe. So, in a lot of ways, there's no reason why anyone should think that the world revolves around them. And it's a common factor among all people of all types. There are lots of people who, and I'm sure anybody watching this video has known somebody who is full of themselves or, egotistical. It's just how things are. But see, that's where a legend spawns from, because a lot of times when you look at these characters in these legends, for example, Hercules, that man was full of himself. He would not have been called anything but lesser than the strongest man. In fact, even though he proved himself, that's why he did all the hard things he did. He did what he did to prove to everybody that he could handle the hard route. To his father Zeus, that he could handle that hard route. When given an option for an easy route, he always took the hard route because that was just the kind of person he was. But he wouldn't have anybody call him weak. So in a way, like, yes, these do spawn legends, but don't forget the actual true story of Hercules. In the end, that egotisticalness is what killed him. In the end of Hercules' life, he was going to a party. It's not to say, there's a lot of different versions of the story. Some say that he was going to sleep with another woman. Some say he was just going to the party and wanted to dress well, which would make sense if you were going to a party with your friends to dress well. It would make sense if you were going out with a woman behind your woman's back to dress well. But long story short, a past enemy's a little bit of friendly advice, gave his woman the proper thing when he asked for his clothes to be sent to where he was, to kill him. Needless to say. So, even though he was egotistical and he was framed in a legend, he was taken out by his own ego. Anyways, the next thing I'd like to really kind of move into is more like the concept of a legend. What creates a legend? Because not just any story goes into legend. No. See, that's the thing. Okay, let's just take the Bible for example. Not every story out of the Bible, if the Bible just randomly disappeared tomorrow, just theoretically, stick with me here. The Bible just disappeared tomorrow. Not every story within that book would make it down thousands of years from now. But certain stories like the, what's his name? David and Goliath story. That would be a story that would be passed into legend. It's a small man caping over, somebody incapable of the feat that they're about to overcome. They overcome it, they get over it, and they do the impossible. That's the whole idea of a legend. Hercules did wrong. He ended up going psycho. I'm sure a lot of people don't know the original story of Hercules, and I'm not going to go into a deep dive on it. If you want a video on that, you can go to John Solo's channel. He's got a video on Hercules, like the actual 12 labors, but basically, Hercules killed some people before, and that's why he had to do the first 12 labors. He actually ended up having to do two of those 12 labors, because after doing all the 12 labors the first time, he was cursed again by Hera to kill his family. The new one that he had made. So he had to go and repent and do 12 more years of labor. Or 12 more labors. So, fun story is, it wasn't the 12 labors of Hercules, although that's what it's more formally known as. If you've known the whole story, it's actually the 24. Right, like the 24 things. So, a legend is only a legend when impossibility meets a unlikely character to achieve such goals, and then he achieves the goals. But still, going back to what I was saying in the start of the video, even at that point, the idea of a legend then is not David or Goliath. It's not the people in the story. It's the story and what happens in the story itself. It's that rock slinging out of that sling and hitting the giant in the eye and knocking him dead with one shot. It's Jason somehow managing to outsmart the Cyclops and blind him so they can get out of the cave. It's things like that that create the story. It's an impossible thing. Not only is the character itself, like the main character you're following, impossible, like it shouldn't be possible for them to get to that feat. The feat they do, like to get past that, is also should be impossible. It wouldn't work, and hence why it always eats at the brain. A lot of times these are stories based off people that were based off real people, but that always leaves the muddy of the waters. And if you're just focused on them, well then that muddies the whole thing. A legend is only a story, and every good story deserves embellishment. So with every legend that you look into, of course, there's going to be things that are right about that legend. There's going to be things that are wrong about that legend. That doesn't make a difference to anything, in my opinion. I think that's completely okay. It's the same as anything in life. Most times after like a story, if you read about a story, like in school you learn about one thing, maybe a couple years when you go back to look at that thing again and you're looking at like more updated information about it, maybe some things that you were told that weren't right, but they were just an educated guess for the time area that it was made in. So, yeah, things are going to be not as right on, but that's the thing about a legend. A legend's not meant to be an exact recreation of history. In fact, if it was a recreation of history, it would be a fact or a documentary or based off real life. That's the point of it being a legend. It is something that will eat at every person's mind, whether it's a real thing or a fake thing. Anyways, that's my video. I recorded a really long one here, so I'm just gonna let this play and do its thing. I'm not gonna nag you guys' ears off the entire time. Um, yeah, I might pop in and put some more audio in here afterwards. I don't know, but for now, I feel like that's pretty good. Um, this one's a longer one than what I usually have done because now that I've figured out this recording a little bit, and I noticed you can see a lot of me pausing here because I was not sure if my Xbox was actually like recording while I was doing this, because like it only records for so long, so I was trying to have a stopwatch so I could pause the game perfectly and then like come back to the game, and like I'd just edit that little cutout in the pause screen and get it so it would be like right back to the game. Like, yeah, it's gonna be cutting, but it's not gonna be cutting anything out. It's gonna be right back to the game. I'm only cutting out that pause menu. But if you guys would like that to stay, then that's fine. But I just for me, I'd personally like it out. I know it feels like it's anytime I watch a video and there's a cut, I feel like I'm missing something. But at the same time, I do know, and I can tell you, like with this video here, you can tell you're not missing nothing. I'm only going to be cutting out like the pause menu. This was a great video, and I actually really enjoyed filming this one. I wasn't even sure this was going to work. Well, like my external drive that I have for my Xbox, it's not necessarily for this. It's for games, and I did a really, really bad thing where I was trying to figure out how I could record longer. And I watched a video, and they said that some storage drives could do it. And I went to go look in, and I couldn't do it. But then it said that you are able to put it into like a computer and format it online, but I seen that I could reformat it on my Xbox. So I hit reformat, not thinking about what would happen, and I kind of uninstalled all my games. But good process in it. That's why it was cutting so much at the start, because I didn't even realize until halfway through recording this. My editor, because I did the whole reformatting and now it's all the way back up again and kind of like re-updated now, I can record from, I used to be able to record 4 minutes at a time, now I can record 10 minutes at a time. So videos are going to be a lot better. We're going to get a lot more like content off the Xbox, because I really wasn't filming Minecraft videos or any other game that's like kind of longevity style, because I only can record 4 minutes. So to like get to an area, then fucking go into my menu, hit that record, and then get that 4 minutes of footage is not exactly what you would call easy. But if it's rolling for 10 minutes, well, then that's not so bad. That's bad. That's not so bad. I can record 10 minutes before something. A lot can happen in 10 minutes. 4 minutes is a very small period of time, but 10 minutes gives me that 6 extra minutes to like start the recording, run a minute to the base, start the boss fight. It gives me, you know, and if I keep the time, stop to watch like I'm doing and doing that, then I can get everything recorded. But anyways, I'm now going to stop nagging you guys' ears off and let the rest of the video play. You guys can just enjoy that. Hope you guys enjoyed the intro, and now that I'm getting thumbnails up and stuff like that, the quality is going way up in the videos. I'm actually really proud of the intro. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out when I was kind of putting it together, but you know what? That turned out really well. But yeah, anyways, that was a great video, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Trying to hold on, desperate to avoid elimination here. Who is number 16? Climbing to the top rope here, sky high. What a reversal by Booker. It'll be 6 out next in the Rumble. Oh, right across the solar plexus. Carrying so powerful. Getting him in place, but for what? You know what they say, gentlemen? What do they say, Corey? What goes up must come crashing down. Man, I can't wait to see who number 17's going to be. The Hunter about to swoop in on that prey. We might have an elimination here. Now Noam Dar is making his way into the Royal Rumble. Sights are set to finish things now. Full impact. Connects. Saw it coming. Rising to a vulnerable position. Trouble is looming. Goes into the corner. Fighting with everything to stay in this one. Back to go over the top. Absolute war. In this business, it truly came to the... Oh no, choke locked in. Opponent What power! Super kick! Absolutely fueled by adrenaline right now. Clubbing blow to the back on the top rope now. Oh, this isn't going to end well. Side slam hooked up from the middle rope. Side slam. Struggling desperately to ward off this elimination. Booker T! Look out for Booker T! He's already feeling the effects.
Yeah, Booker broke him down there.
Showing no end the door there. Slam. Number 19 on their Booker T has been eliminated. This could end in an elimination. Running power slam. It'll now be Jalen Brunson entering the Rumble and putting it all on the line. Placing him in the corner.
Placing him up there on the top turnbuckle.
Tilt-a-whirl arm drag. The old forearm smash combo. Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. X-Factor. Bullseye.
The WWE Universe is on their feet watching this war unfold.
And much like the two warriors competing here, I can assure you they won't soon forget it.
Undertaker thinking he can close this one out. And both athletes showing they have each other's number.
Grabbing their opponent by the throat. And there it is, the elimination.
This will be 20.
Sent flying out of the ring here. Scoop slam. No doubt about it. Ken Shamrock is ready to join the Rumble. Struggling to stay inside the ring.
But dangerously close to elimination. What a press. My always.
If this connects, it is over. Tombstone. Nikki Cross is the next entrant into this Rumble. Scoop slam.
From above.
Flying.
Armbar stretch applied.
Ooh, put the brakes on Shamrock. This choke slam could bring their night to a close. Choke slam! Oh no, look at it. Sol Ruca now entering the Rumble.
This is a match of historical caliber.
We'll be talking about this for a long time. She countered that into her own offense.
And another counter.
Undertaker gonna take them for a ride. And I don't know how much longer this can continue.
I think we can consider this the beginning of the end, gentlemen. Here we go with entry 12.
Take off and say goodbye.
Bad spot for 6.
How strong. What a press. Super kick.
We've already seen a few blows land above the neck.
Poison Rana. This could end in an elimination.
Oh, slammed down.
We're about to see who number 24 is.
Oh, he timed that counter well. Hooked up.
He's got the Undertaker dead to rights. And it looks like a gunslinger's out of ammo.
Oh, no, he could be caught here. Bad spot for him.
Trapped in the armbar. So basic, yet so effective. Submission locked in deep here. Possibly soft.
And yes, he's able to get out of this dire situation.
25 about to come up. We're racing toward the finish line. Ooh, catching that elbow to the gut.
Bad position here, guys.
We should be seeing an elimination any second now.
Now it's Macho Man Randy Savage heading into the Royal Rumble.
Choke slam position.
And I think we just might see. That is 6.
We're nearing the end with 26 about to enter the party. Just welting the back with those laces. He wriggles out of the danger zone there.
And here comes the first ever Women's Royal Rumble winner, Asuka.
One answer after another. Neither competitor giving an inch.
Now is the time to drop the hammer.
Neck breaker.
Just godly around here.
German suplex.
Here we go, number 27, folks. Hitting that smile buster.
Looks like Slade is next in the Royal Rumble.
Raw power in play. The Dead Man. Last ride.
Undertaker has him marked.
Undertaker, opponent elevated. This ain't where you want to be.
We got 3 left. Who could this be?
We're running out of options.
And it's Andre Chase heading to the ring and into the Rumble.
Randy Savage has been eliminated.
Stop them in their tracks with a kick to the gut.
Eliminated.
Saw what was coming. Got out of harm's way. It's gotta feel great to be fresh as a daisy this late into the match. Look like Slade is about to be trapped in a submission.
He makes the choice to abandon the hold. Now it's Grayson Waller headed into this Royal Rumble match.
Oh, God. Blinding rake across the eyes.
Not a spinning back elbow call.
For Nelson. Dragon suplex. Oh, no. Trapping the arm. Vicious stomps to the hand. Last one, guys.
Was right across the throat, now struggling for air. Now it's Carmen Petrovich here to make some noise in the Royal Rumble.
I think I found that one. Oh my gosh.
He took the worst of that impact.
Yokes up their opponent.
Deadlift. Look at the power here. Into a German suplex.
Ooh, got caught with a punch to the face. Enziguri finds his mark.
Oh, ouch.
And Chase fends him off.
Just a violent suplex. Victory roll pinning combination. Oh, man. strike.
This could do it.
Grayson Waller
And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with this hole. Not sure what he's thinking. Letting go here. She gets bounced into the corner.
Trying for that scoop slam, but drop behind, and now inverted DDT. Boom.
Turn it around with a reversal.
This is great. Just mocking his opponent here.
Not sure if he should waste all his time hot-dogging around.
Sleeper slam.
She's launched out of the ring.
Easy target rising. Destruction coming, man. Hard landing from that Russian leg sweep.
Here is your winner, and the new Multiversal Infinite Champion, Sinister C.
Evading elimination, outlasting every other superstar, and now they are guaranteed a main event title shot at WrestleMania. Your Royal Rumble